in there.
Mr. Bolton, I suppose.
Bolton? I don't know any Bolton.
All right, so you don't know any.
I must try to make myself understand. Grace must have let these people in the house. But why? Perhaps she had no choice. Perhaps she was forced. Oh, poor Grace. Well, I must be on my guard.
My wife's upstairs in the studio. If you have an appointment. You alone? That's funny. I could have sworn I heard someone talking.
No wonder Grace had no time to dust with all this going on. Did he say studio? What sort of game is this? Well, I shan't panic, whatever it is. They're thieves, I'm certain of that. They simply move in and take over. Silly. It's only a tabby. Oh, Giddy. Have you got an appointment with Mrs. Bolton, honey? Well, get her to do your fancy. Take it from an old pro, honey. The men like their pictures fancy. They're all mad people, a lot of them. I don't believe they've come here to thieve at all. Poor deluded souls. I think they truly believe they live here. Well, I must handle this with care. Extreme care. The police must know immediately. Just a minute now. I will never know how you managed to change everything in so short a time. I never see anybody except by appointment. It is really amazing. Hey, you can't just barge in here and use my phone. Would you give me the police? It's an emergency. Police? Who sent you here? Would you come immediately to 17 Elmhurst Road? I am in great danger. You off your rocker or something. You won't find anything here. Yeah, and the police won't either. Harry! Come up here and throw this flame out!
What's the matter?
How'd you get up here?
Now, look, you know I'm busy. What's she done? She want a special pose or something?
What did my husband say to you? I had no conversation with your husband. He told me you were upstairs. But don't try any bluff with me. It's perfectly obvious what you've been doing. The studio was perfectly respectable. Everybody knows that. I take camera studies of children. Plenty of people can testify to that. Well, what are you going to say when the police get here? What's your story?
She called the police?
Why do you think I yell for you? I shall tell them I live here. That's all they need to know. Nothing further. You didn't really call him, did you? It is a pose you want. That's what you come for.
Anything wrong, dearie?
Nothing's wrong, and get out of here!
Ah, don't bellow at me. I can't hear myself think of the next room.
It's none of your business. I don't interfere with you.
Oh, shut up, the both of you.
I heard you with tricky clients before, but this one's a new one on me.
Now listen, you make her tell what she came here for.
Make her? She's come here to pull some kind of blackmail. I'll make her do nothing. I think we've all become a little overwrought. And much the best thing to do would be to go downstairs and sit quietly by the fire and have a little chat. And you shall talk to me all about your work. Tell me, are you all three photographers? Shall we all go downstairs as I suggested?
No, I think I'll just go to my room. Just like you said, this is really none of my business, but
Well, it's far more cheerful below.
I think I'll just keep to myself. Thanks, just the same.
Now, make yourselves as comfortable as you can. Now that is better, isn't it? Now you shall tell me about this photography.
I'd let him in. We've got nothing to be afraid of. Hello, officers. I sent two of you, huh?
We had a call. Said you had trouble here.
This woman over here, Sergeant. She came in off the streets a while back. I think she got hysterical.
I am not hysterical. I'm quite all right. I am the one who called you.
Can I have your name, please, ma'am?
Mrs. Wilfred Ellis.
Your address?
This address, 17 Elmhurst Road.
Your room here?
Heavens, no. This is my house. I live here. Sergeant, this matter is terribly urgent. I don't think you quite understand.
Now everyone will get a chance to be heard. You say you're the one who called the police?
Indeed, I am.
Well, according to this, you reported that you were in great danger.
And I am. Sergeant, I haven't been away from this house for more than 5 minutes, and I returned to find that my home had been broken into by these thieves or whatever they are. And my whole house turned upside down and everything in the most terrible disorder. And he is another one of them.
Oh, I don't know what she's told you, but she's out of her mind. I thought so when I let her in here. What's your name? Upshaw. William Upshaw. Me and my wife live in the back apartment.
He is lying. He does not live here. He is one of this gang of thieves. No one lives here but my housekeeper, Grace Jackson. And I imagine if you search the premises, you will find her bound and gagged somewhere. And I have no doubt that he is responsible for it.
I tell you, she's cuckoo. Okay. Take it easy now. Are you Henry Bolton?
Yeah, this is my wife. We have these front rooms here. Because she has a room upstairs, too, a studio. She's a photographer.
Mr. and Mrs. William Upshaw. And you live in the back apartment, right?
That's right.
I don't know what the police are for. Anyone can see what's going on here. There's no need for all these senseless questions.
Sergeant.
I heard all the talk from the room, but I didn't dream that the police...
Well, you better come on in, ma'am.
Everybody's here, huh? Including that one.
Would your name be Baxter?
You're not saying you remember me now?
Should I?
Well, you might be too young at that. I was on the stage. Used to be in the profession, you might say.
Miss Billy Baxter?
That's what they called me. Say, what kind of book you got there?
Well, it's the city directory for this area.
Oh.
You know this woman?
Never saw her before this morning. She was loitering in the upstairs hall. I took her for one of Mrs. Bolton's clients.